What's up, people? Give me a couple minutes. I'm gonna be back. Hold up. I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna wait a few minutes for people to join, and then listen. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go live. We're gonna talk about some stocks to watch this week, setups, all that kind of stuff, some earnings reports, all that kind of stuff, and then we're gonna get into it. See you soon. Yep. Testing. 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 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. All right. Cool. Thank you. Just let me know in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat if you hear me. That's it. All right. Right. Just making sure. 1 in the chat. 1 in the chat. Okay. Yeah. So, how many people, just so I can get an idea, because I don't really know who's listening, who's watching, whatever. How many people have been on one of these sessions before? Just say yes, no. If you've been on one of these sessions before, let me know, because then you can understand how we do it. No? Okay. I can still see my screen. Okay, so cool. Pretty much. All right. No. Okay. Right. Pretty much what I'm going to do, talk about some of my earnings stocks to watch. And then I'm going to talk about what kind of setups I'm looking at, reasons behind those setups and stuff. I think a lot of you are probably not used to my style of doing things. My style is pretty much mixing the technical analysis with the fundamental analysis, but it goes in deep. So, I'm looking forward to it. Pretty much, like I said, you're going to understand a lot from today. If you're in a Discord, you know what to do. Drop your stocks that you want me to watch and analyze, and I'm going to drop mine. And then at the same time, if you've got any questions or any of that kind of stuff, you guys know what to do, right? Just drop it in the trading discussions tab if you're in a Discord. If you're not in a Discord, you will probably have to just comment in the chat here. Freeband, I see you. Freeband, I see you. I think let's wait a couple more minutes and then we get into it. Wait a couple more minutes. Couple more minutes. Couple more minutes. I'm enthusiastic about this week. It's going to be a very good week. We're going to build on last couple weeks. Last few weeks have been really above a regular standard, right? We've been going crazy. I think there's so much money to be made in the market this week. And you guys know the deal, right? The aim is really to get in and out of the trades where we can, take those, those nice profits, and then obviously swing trade where we can as well. So let's see. You guys ready? Yeah, I think we'll do it. Let's start with earnings for this week. Okay, let's start with earnings for this week. So I'm going to put the earnings on screen because there's some swing trade potentials. Right? Let me put them on screen for you. And I'm pretty sure everyone knows the difference between swing trading and day trading. So that's, I need to tell you too much about that, right? Where do I find this thing? Let me know. Can you see the earnings for this week on screen? Let me know. Can you see the earnings for this week on screen? Let me know if you can see it. If you can. Are you able to see the earnings plays for this week? Let me know. Good. Thank you. Yep. Yeah, shout out earnings whispers. They always come in clutch. All right. So there's about 5 plays I'm looking at this week from the earnings. Five different stocks I'm looking at for the earnings. Okay. First one, Tuesday pre-market, Home Depot. Home Depot and Lowe's, I'm looking to see how they move, right? They've been a little bit beat down. We're going to look at the charts later on, but yeah, Home Depot and Lowe's. So Home Depot is the one that's going to announce earnings. Lowe's is obviously going to be a sympathy play for that. Then I'm looking at after close, Palo Alto, PANW, and Toll Brothers, TOL. Both of those have made me crazy amounts of money in the past. Palo Alto, I did puts on, brought me back, I think it was 380% returns. And then Toll Brothers last year, in August, with the last earnings, I swing traded that one. It was such a great trade because it just kept pushing past 130, 135, 140. It was just incredible. And I'm also a long-term shareholder of Toll Brothers. I like that stock as well. So no one really knows Toll Brothers. No one really talks about Toll Brothers, but it's a great stock, a great company for long-term. So that's the first 3. And then Wednesday, we've got Target, TGT. Target is going to be insane. I have high hopes for Target. Hey, if it drops, if it dies, then you know what? It does. And last year we traded the recovery of Target in about November, December. And this year we'll see what happens. I'll trade the post-math of the aftermath, of Target. Then after hours, we've got Snowflake, ticker symbol SNOW. That one is going to be crazy. Again, last year it tanked so hard and we traded it to the upside. Right now it's recovered. It's about $180. I'm intrigued to see how it does. But yeah, those are the ones I'm looking at for this week. The rest I don't really care about. Maybe workday, Thursday after hours. But again, my main ones for this week from the earnings plays: Home Depot, Palo Alto, Toll Brothers, Target, Snowflake. All of those can go crazy. You guys know how it works with earnings. They can go up, down, whichever way, sideways. It gets really crazy. So we're gonna go to the Yahoo Finance next. So what we're looking at this week: trade deals in focus amid stock market rebound. You guys saw last week what happened when the stock market, of the trade deals coming through. You saw what they did to the stock market, right? It made it fly overnight, right? I think we were in IWM swings, right? We went from, so we were at $200.87 when we got into the calls. Monday it hit like 209.90, right? IWM went crazy. I know QQQ and SPY went up like crazy as well. So that was pretty sick. Then obviously either Monday or Tuesday, Trump kind of announced that the tariffs, he was making trade deals with the EU, so the tariffs were not going to be as bad as first foreseen. What did that do to the market? Made it fly. Once again, we like that, right? We like that. It makes the market go crazy. But now we'll see what happens. There's been some news overnight. We're gonna look at that in a sec. You see the futures already out. Futures are down right now. Futures are already open. Futures are down. We'll see the stock market is a little bit down right now. But yeah, so trade deals in focus amid stock market rebound. Let's see what the week ahead has for us. Before we look at the stocks I'm watching for this week. So there you go. Growing investor confidence on US trade deals, which sent the stocks to their highest levels in more than 2 months. Yeah, Liberation Day, which is April 6th, was one of the worst days this year. The lowest of this year. And now we got, we had a positive week. We had a strong week. Yeah. So let's see. I'm excited. Last week S&P rose 5.3%, which is a lot, by the way. Usually in a quarter, you'll be lucky if the S&P rises 5%. Nasdaq rose 7%. Same thing. If you see that in a quarter, that's a good quarter for the Nasdaq. It did it in a week. Tariff headlines remain the focus. Yeah. Blah blah blah. There we go. Look at that. We hadn't even read this article and already picked out, and they picked out they picked out 4 of my top 5. But I said Workday is iffy. But yeah, Palo Alto, Target, Home Depot. Those are some stocks to watch. We'll be looking at those. Deal or no deal? Yeah, we had the pause on the tariffs. We had lower tariffs rumors. Let's see. We'll see. We'll see in the next few weeks. Especially as we get closer to that 90-day mark. We'll see what the market does. I'm intrigued. But yeah, enough of that. Yahoo Finance. Let's jump over to TradingView, right? So TradingView is where we look at the charts. TradingView is where we look at the price action, the candlesticks, all that kind of stuff. All right. So this is how we're going to do it. For those of you who are new here, like I said, the way I do this every single Sunday, I do it in the Discord, right? We first look at the earnings reports coming out this week. We then look at Yahoo Finance for any news, anything to just look out for, have a brief look at, where futures are at. And then I go into my top stocks to watch for this week, right? After that, you bring your stocks which you'd like me to review, and I will analyze and break them down. Now, when you bring those stocks, I do want you to mention if you're looking at upside or downside, just so I at least have a bit of clarity on what you're looking for. I don't really do penny stocks. I don't do those crazy stocks which go nuts. I do those stocks which have real, when I say not go nuts, I'm talking about those stocks which go up 75% today, tomorrow they're down 60%. I don't do those kind of stocks. I will do those stocks which are, which have proper setups, which are, I'd say at least have some kind of pattern. But yeah, that's how it works. So first, I'm gonna go now into my stocks to watch for this week. The very first one, Home Depot, HD, right? HD. Now this is what I do, guys, just so you know. Right? Now you're gonna see how I kind of work. We're gonna look at the weekly chart first, get an idea of what's up. All right. So these 2 lines, the orange line and the green line, that's a 9-day moving average and 21-day moving average. We're above those two. we're pretty much bullish. We're below them too, pretty much bearish. You also have the 200-day moving average here. Like I like to tell people, see, here you go, 9, 21, 200. Like I'd like to tell people, you can use the 50 instead, but I've used the 200. We are above the 9-day moving average, the 21-day moving average, and the 200-day moving average right now on HD. I have this chart drawn out, and so yeah, I'm leaning more bullish right now, especially ahead of earnings. Now, last earnings, this is a weekly chart, remember? Last earnings, HD died. Earnings before that, HD rose up. So again, it's like a shot in the dark. It can either fly, it can die. HD, this is the weekly chart. You've got a pretty, I mean, I won't completely call that a hammer candle, but you'll say there's a big body there and a long wick to the downside. So they try to push price down. You have a doji the week before. Now we gapped up, we held strong, and we had a pretty good week. Look at the daily chart now. The daily chart, we held above the 200 moving average, 4 of the 5 days. We closed above, price closed above the moving average 4 of the 5 days this past week. Overall, we reached above the moving average. We wicked above the moving average on all 5 days. It is very clearly bullish right now. What I like about this is it's hugging the moving average, but also you see the 9 and 21 diverging to the upside, and you also see they're about to cross right now. Once they cross, that is a big bullish sign. That is one thing you need to look for. This cross right here, which is about to occur, that's one thing you need to look for. Now, of course, earnings is coming. Anything can happen to earnings. They can miss earnings per share. They can, miss on revenue. They can, you can check, their numbers and you see, oh, this is expectations. But guess what? The run up to earnings, depending on what happens in the next, it's literally tomorrow. The run up to earnings could be there. They could try to push this up. So I will be looking at HD calls. If after earnings it pushes up, if it does happen to push up, 416 is my price target. Before we get any higher than that, 416.88 will be my price target. Now, right now in overnight hours, I'm not quite sure what's happening with HD. I can check right now. So it's down $1. It's down 0.27%, which is nothing. And in any case, if it pulls back to the moving average, starts uptrending tomorrow, I will be looking at calls at least to take it to last week's highs around 380. So HD is definitely on the watch list. HD is definitely on my radar. And so is Target. Target, this is a retail stock. I love Target stock, but right now they are down in the dumps. So I'd probably keep my eyes on what Target does for next coming days until earnings. There's 2 ways I would love to play this, right? Target, I'd love to get some longer term calls for November, December, but it's really cheap right now, right? If you zoom out, if you even check the weekly chart and we zoom out, Target's super cheap right now. But as you guys know, the cheap can always get cheaper. Just because it's cheap, it doesn't mean it can stop being cheap. Right now, we're bearish on a weekly chart. Daily chart is just starting to break above the moving averages. But again, earning report is in 3 days, right? Let's see what they report, right? When it comes to retail, am I really going to say Target is better than Walmart? Not really. Walmart can do whatever they want. They can get stock for the price. Well, I'm using the word stock. I'm going to say inventory for the price they want. They announced earnings last week, which I'll briefly touch on as well. Walmart is really the one I'd go to right now. Walmart is just over here on my watch list as well. Walmart is the one I'd go to, really, if I wanted to, if I was confident right now and I had to choose one of the Walmart or Target, I'm going to Walmart, right? But like I said, Target shares, I would love to get something for November, December, some kind of calls, maybe 115, 120. But right now, I'll wait. I think in the anticipation of earnings, will look good. We'll push up a little bit. But I don't want to trade this until after earnings. That's my best bet because it's already down in the dumps. It's very low, but it can still get cheaper. Like I said, I think Target is one of those. You just watch it. It's down at what, $98. It's pulled back a little bit. Last couple of days it pulled back. Wednesday, Thursday it pulled back a little bit. It's fine. It started uptrending again. Moving averages have just crossed to the upside. But let's see the divergence really start to expand, and let's see how far price can take us upwards. We did hit $100, $101 last week. Cool, but we're back down at 98. That's what I mean. Even when it pushes up, it gets pulled back down, right? We broke out of some consolidation in between the moving averages. We broke out, we came right back down. So again, if you want to look at Target, you want to look at, for me, November 21st, December 19, those kind of calls, If you get the $120, $125 calls, it's only a few $100. That's what I would kind of look for, you know? So, like I said, Target, I have high hopes for them for the year, but not right now in this moment. Last earnings, they did bad. Earnings before that, I remember that when we had it with the Discord, it gapped down. Yeah, it gapped down about $25. I wouldn't, back to back earnings where they missed, back to back earnings where it dropped, the stock price dropped. I wouldn't put it past them to drop again. So yeah, just watch Target. Just watch again. Trade the aftermath. Trade the aftermath. There's nothing wrong with that. Wait until earnings is released and then trading it. So let's briefly touch on Walmart because we're in this, we're in retail right now. And like I said, Walmart announced earnings last week, as you can see. So the main news from Walmart earnings last week was pretty much that they just highlighted that consumer price will increase going. So even the tariff news is pretty much even affecting them. That's a bad sign because, again, like I said before, Walmart. You guys have been to Walmart. I mean, for those of you in America, Walmart. It's Walmart is Walmart. They can get their inventory. They can get whatever thing they want in stock in the in-house for whatever price they want. They go anywhere. They say we want 2 million whatever dressing gowns for this price. They'll get that. They are Walmart. They can do what they want, right? But they did also clarify that consumer pricing is going to increase soon. So they have also been affected by the tariffs, right? They can't just walk around. They are the big dog, but they can't walk around and not get affected by tariffs. So just watch out for that. So also, by the way, if you haven't dropped a like on the video, let's drop a like. Last time we got to like 30, 40 likes. We can do the same again. Drop it. It don't cost you nothing, right? I'm using my time on a Sunday to bring you guys what I'm watching, to get you guys prepared, help you guys understand about stocks. So just drop a like. It's free. Yeah, Walmart. So that's the kind of news with Walmart. I am actually looking at Walmart calls. I'm probably going to go $100 calls. I'm going to go out of the money again with Walmart. I like Walmart stock. I like the company. I like the chart right now. That's a daily chart. Look at the weekly chart. Even nicer. We wicked off my level of support. We wicked off the moving average. We're up high. We might pull back a little bit, but to go higher, right? Again, daily chart. Wicked off my level of support. Closed above the moving averages on Friday. I like this to go higher. We had the pullback I was looking for from 99 all the way down to 92, actually. We started uptrending again, right? Last month when we traded this, you guys remember, we took it from 85 all the way up to 90. We could do something similar now with it at 98 when it pulls back a little bit more, maybe. We could trade it back up to $100 and maybe even 105 if you're looking for a couple months out. So yeah, Walmart, they had their earnings last week. The stock did pretty well. It bounced back pretty quickly. I'm a big fan of Walmart, like I said already. And by the way, if you're in the Discord, you can start dropping the stocks that you want me to break down. You can drop it in trading discussions if you have any ideas that you want me to look at. Feel free to do that if you're in the Discord. But yeah, back to my stocks to watch for this week. All right, let's talk about XYZ. You guys know we're all in the XYZ swings, right? We all had a great, $7-8 day. Sorry, yeah, $7-8. Sorry, 7-8 day streak where we ran $12-13. Cool. We pulled back a little bit. It's fine. Inverted hammer on daily time frame. Cool. Big body. I like it. Let it pull back a little bit more. Markets are currently down right now. XYZ, I'm not sure how much it currently is in overnight hours, but I don't mind it. I would love to see XYZ come down to $55, right? We already took it from 44 up to 59. XYZ, let it come down 50, let it come down to $55. Let it drop $1, $2. Please, let it do that. And once it does and it starts uptrending again, I am going to be taking calls once again with XYZ. I've been smacking this stock, slapping it, and I'm going to do it again. XYZ, we've been doing for months, for years. XYZ. So I'll look at the $63 calls about a month out, June, 30 days, $63 calls. I like XYZ because, again, this pattern right here, once we got that momentum, not just the market, once we got the strong price action with XYZ, once we got that, I seen everything I needed to know, and we took advantage of that. So again, June 20th, June 27th, 30 days out, 35 days out, Look at those $63 calls, right? It's only $140 right now. I think maybe even less, something like that. June 20, you know, 130, $140. It's not a bad risk. You know, risk to reward is really there. Now, when you zoom out, and because a lot of people think, oh, is it too late? Has it already gone? Zoom out. Has it gone already? 2 months ago, we were at 63. So we can get back there next month. 3 months ago, 4 months ago, we were at 75, 76. It is not too late. It is not too late to get in on XYZ. So please, don't be scared. Oh, thank you guys for dropping the stocks in the Discord. I see you dropping the stocks in the Discord. Keep dropping them. Yeah, it is not too late to get on XYZ swings, but be careful, be smart, and do it surgically, right? Yes, the call out I did went almost 1,000%. Yes, you got, $86 and you flipped it to $890, whatever. Great. But if you want to do it again, you got to be patient. It's not just going to keep running. You got to be patient with it. Okay. Let me check the comment section real quick, just in case anyone said anything. I'm gonna check the YouTube comments and the Discord comments. All right, YouTube comments first. Shout out earnings whisper, they call it coming clutch. Yep, Snowflake, see it. XYZ swings wild. Yeah, XYZ swings did go crazy. They went dummy, and that's why we banked. I'm looking at Coinbase and Meta Upside. Is this back testing? No, it's not back testing. I'm looking at my stocks for this week. Yeah. Make sure to drop a like as well. We can get to 20 likes. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep flowing. Let's go back to my Yahoo Finance, right? So, my watch list. Who do you see? You see Snowflake, right? Snowflake is going to be interesting this week. You see Chipotle. We're going to talk about Chipotle right now. And then we got Roku as well. Which one do I want to do first? I like Chipotle. As in the stock. The food is questionable. If you want real, authentic Mexican food, that's not Chipotle. Either way. So we're talking about the stock Chipotle, right? So what I like about this, we've got, I wouldn't call it consolidation, but we keep pulling back to test the moving average. We keep pulling back to test the moving average on the daily chart. We keep pulling back to test the moving average, and we slowly, incrementally inching higher. Now, Chipotle stock is really a stock which I think has a huge future, right? We were just at $66 back in December. We were just at $69 back in June. And I think we can get there again within the next few months. Now, there's two ways to play this Chipotle, right? So right now, you see it's pretty slow moving. You can set your alerts once it breaks above maybe the 200 moving average at 54.13, or you can already start preparing yourself to get into swings again 2, 3, 4 months out. Chipotle is obviously a competitor of Carver, rival of Carver, and I think Carver had their earnings last week. Yeah, I'm right. They had their earnings Thursday. Obviously dropped after. But yeah, Chipotle is obviously a little bit overlooked in comparison to Carver. Carver's the one everyone likes trading. But hey, Chipotle has its potential too. Don't sleep on it too much. Last year when we traded it, we were able to get, I think, 60 or 70% returns. This year when we're trading it, we're trying to shoot for that 100, I'll be honest, right? So I would say keep this on your radar. I don't think it's quite ready yet, but if it does start pushing to the upside, I will look at calls on the next pullback. One thing I do want to highlight as well, for those of you who have been trading with me at least a month, I was calling out Chipotle at $45 for shares. I think it's a great company. Again, we get up to that $69, $70 price point by the end of the year. So if you do like shares, and you should like shares, check out Chipotle. I think it's there for us. For shares around the $50 price point, right? Next up, I'm going to go with Roku. I love this stock right now. I love this stock. It's giving me all kinds of signs, right? Hammer candles, inverted hammer candles, dojis, whatever, gravestone doji. It's giving me everything I need. Right now, we hanging in below that 200 moving average. But oh boy, you see my zone here? That's a TWP zone. I'm going to pull it across just so you understand what's happening right now. Right? So this zone was from a couple weeks ago, right? Back here, beginning of May. We were stuck in that zone. We fell below it. But guess what we did, Roku? And this is why I said a couple days ago in my channel, swing it. We came back from the dead, came back alive, came back around like karma. We came back and we're back in my zone, the TWP zone. So this is what it means. Guys. We preparing. Look, once we break out the zone, I'm not going to get in on the first entry. We come back to the zone and hold above it, or start uptrending again. I'm gonna get those Roku calls. I'm gonna take us to $79. We're gonna go there, right? Right now, I think overnight hours. I'm guessing Roku is down with the rest of the market. I don't know for sure, but I'm guessing Roku is down with the rest of the market. But trust me, guys, it is there to be taken, right? It's there to be taken. Um, Let me just check the chat as well. Yeah, okay. You guys know it's there to be taken. The Roku is there to be taken, right? But overnight hours. Let me just pull up my Robinhood overnight hours. Let me check what Roku is doing right now. Because again, like I said, I drew the zone back in beginning of May. I said it's going to fall back. It's going to come back to my zone. I can draw it to here now. I can keep extending it for the future. Whatever. I don't mind leaving it here. Roku is in the zone right now, and we did well to work our way back up to the zone. Right now, it's $70.20. It's dropped $1 overnight. That's okay. It's hanging in the zone. Once we break out, I won't get in. I'll let it come down again, and then if it holds, I'm going to get those Roku calls. I'd say realistically, give yourself to June 6th, give yourself 3 weeks, and really look at those $74, $75 calls, right? You know, just up here, somewhere around here. It's only a couple $100 for a one contract. And you know, I think Roku's got something for us in the next coming weeks, but let it break out my zone first, right? We did well. We fell below the zone. We did well to come back into the zone. We about to break out the zone. Just wait. You know, we gapped down out the zone. We wicked off the zone, fell down again. We came into the zone. We gapped down out the zone again. We came back into the zone. We holding in the zone now. It's just loading. It's brewing. It's ready. It's it's cooking. It's marinating. It's whatever you want to call it. But trust me, soon Roku, we are we about to go crazy with it. So just wait. All right. Snowflake. Let's talk Snowflake. I'm impressed with this company, right? Snowflake. Let's talk cloud. Let's talk software. Let's talk about technology. Look at Snowflake, hey. Look at Snowflake. Since Liberation Day, from 119 all the way back at 183. Now watch this. This is even crazier. This is even crazier with Snowflake, right? You guys remember this horrible period where it was at 220, 230, you know, and back at the beginning of last year, and we died all the way down for like 6 months straight into 107. You see, I drew a zone back in October, November, December. Right, we're gonna go there. The zone I drew should have been a bit bigger. But either way, we broke out. It should be more like that. Well, I guess it's double zone, right? And this is its own zone. I'm gonna go for this actually. Either way, you see, we came to the zone back in November, and that's when I said that's time to go long. Look at that. Look at that. We recovered real well. But we shooting for that 200 price point. Let's see what they report. 3 days till earnings. Let's see what they report. See what the expectations are. Okay. 0.2 earnings per share. Okay. $1.01 billion revenue estimate. Let us see. I'm probably gonna have a quick look at Yahoo Finance. Let's just quickly see any news. So I think Snowflake could take us to $200. I really do think they can. Funny. One stock to buy, one stock to sell. Interesting. Pause right there. Snowflake is a buy with strong earnings. Target shrinking revenue, declining profit, and weak outlook make it a stock to sell. What did we just discuss with Target? We said it. It's cheap, but it can get cheaper. This article clarifies that. It is a cheap stock that can get cheaper. We just said that. Snowflake, what did I just say? We can see that $200 level. I said it. We can see it in our sites. Watch it. Let's see if it does pull. It's a strong company, a strong stock with, I'd say, huge potential, but it's still, I mean, it's still got huge potential, but let's see. It's obviously very established. It's $1 billion expectations. At the same time, be careful. It can go anyway. It can go anyway realistically, but I do think we'll see 200 sooner than we'll see 150. Let's say. Wow, this is crazy. This is crazy, guys. I'm so excited though for this week. Yes, SoFi. Let's talk about it. Right. Good to know about Snowflake. Though. That's what you want to know. That's what you need to know about Snowflake. So yeah, SoFi. Let's talk about SoFi now. So my stocks to watch this week. Why is SoFi my stocks to watch? You guys know we gapped up last week, pushed up, sold off. But what else? Yes, in the Discord we are in SoFi swings right now. We are in SoFi swings. If you're not in the Discord, make sure you just join the Discord so you can see the SoFi play. A couple people made them pennies on SoFi. It's struggling at this level. I'm not going to lie, it's struggling at this level. We're hanging around the moving averages. My level of support is $13.60. We're hanging around there, right? If SoFi drops, I expect it to drop around $13 and hold there. If SoFi rises, I expect it to rise to about $14.50 and try and struggle there. So we're kind of stuck in this little bit of a range that we were in last week. Nothing wrong with that, right? We gapped up overnight from the weekend last week to Monday. Nothing wrong with that. I'm sure overnight hours it's down a little bit. Again, nothing wrong with that. But, big but here. Zoom out. Where did we? Do you guys remember where SoFi hit last? What 3 months ago? Maybe back in January. $17.60, wasn't it? It was $18 even. There you go, $18. Either way, SoFi when it catches fire, when it gets momentum, you're gonna see. You're gonna see where it goes. We need to break this 1450. We've been struggling for 2.5 months, really. Struggling to get past this 1450. I'm not too worried. I'm really not too worried about SoFi. What I am worried about more is that we don't have that long expiration on our contract, so we'll need to maybe readjust, reposition potentially. But we're not. It's not looking bad right now. If I pull up my portfolio and look at where the SoFi contracts are, SoFi had a really strong day on Friday, by the way. Really strong day, and then obviously at the end of the day it sold off, but it's a really strong day, right? It was down at 1363, ran all the way to 1395. We are in the. Oh, I'm actually up 20% on my SoFi calls right now. So we're not even doing bad. So we're fine for now. So yeah, if you need to take profit tomorrow and you want to reposition, nothing wrong with that. If we wake up and it's in the red, it's going to be probably 5-10% down. It's okay. We're up 21% right now. I'm looking at my contracts. Not bad, right? That ain't too bad. That isn't too bad actually. Up 20.75%, but not bad. So yeah, SoFi, I'm just seeing if we can break out this zone, that range between 1360 and 1450. Let's see, how price fares tomorrow. Tuesday, Wednesday, let's see. Obviously, long term, you guys know fintech. SoFi got that game on lock. I can talk about them. Give you the breakdown on what SoFi are doing with the loans, with the finance, with the with the customer base. But we ain't gonna get into that today. Like I said, I'm long on SoFi. Every time I talk about SoFi, it comes through for me. So we'll see what SoFi does this week. But I'm intrigued. We are in the SoFi swings already, by the way. So if you're not in the Discord and you're not in the SoFi swings, you can join the Discord. It's not too late for the SoFi swings, no. But yeah, that's SoFi for you. Then, we kind of have to talk about it, don't we? Tesla, right? The mighty beast. The mighty beast. What does Tesla do this week? Where does Tesla go this week? In the last month, let's look at the monthly candle. Tesla. Look at the monthly candle. Can I just really show you guys this monthly candle real quick? Strongest monthly candle of 2025 so far. We went from lows of 270 to highs of 350. Strongest monthly candle Tesla's had this year. So it's back into my zone, my monthly zone, right? It's back in there. If you go to the weekly chart, there you go. We're back into the zone. Daily chart, we're in that zone right now. I've pulled it across, but we're just continuing higher. Now, what people really want to see is Elon Musk come out and talk about how he's more focused on this than he's focused on Doge or the government, right? Right now, he's not really doing that. So even though Tesla's been strong in the last few weeks, when Elon Musk really fully commits to Tesla and he stops faffing about with the government and all that stuff, you're going to see Tesla back at 400. In the meantime, Tesla is not, I repeat, it is not a stock that I would like to swing trade. It is not. Look at this janky business. Hammer candle, red day. Next day, green day. Next day, gaps up. Next day, sells off. Still green day. That's not what I want to swing. That ain't a smooth setup. That's not something for me. Right now, it's down about overnight. That's not something for me. Let me see Yahoo Finance. Tesla right now is not something for me. We have to talk about it, right? We have to talk. Look at that, down $9 even, $10 pretty much, $9.83. That's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to swing Tesla right now. But, big but, on the red days, long we're above the moving averages, as long as we're still in the zone, look for those Tesla calls. And hey, you don't have to swing trade it. You can, let's go to 5-minute perspective. You can see what Tesla does intraday, right? This is not a day you want to trade consolidation. This is a day you want to trade Tesla, right? If you see the pullback and it starts to trend higher, moving averages cross the upside, you can get those Tesla calls. Again, same thing. Crossover, momentum, pullback to move, break above the moving average, pullback, retest, boom. You can trade Tesla calls intraday, but you got to understand it's also a different beast. If it decides to consolidate, if it decides to reverse, you could be in hot water, you could be in hot trouble. So just understand that when it comes to. Also, again, make sure to drop a like on the video. By the way, we're 45 minutes into the live stream right now. I just want to make sure that you guys drop those likes, show some love. It does help as well, and it helps me understand, who was tuning in or what they were tuning in about. I have 2 more stocks, and I'm gonna start with the suggestions from the people. I know you guys in the Discord have been dropping stocks for me to watch, to break down. I'm gonna get there. Don't worry, I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna do my stocks first, and then I'm gonna get to your stocks for the guys in Discord. Thank you for dropping those, though. All right, Nike. Let's talk Nike. Just do it. Let's talk. Shoe Dog. Let's do it. Let's talk. Seattle, Washington. Let's talk. All right. Nike chart. What's the first thing you see? Actually, wait. Let me check the YouTube chat. Let me just see what's up. Let me check the YouTube chat. What level is that zone of Roku? I'll drop it for you in the Discord. Only reason I copy his position is because I'm not all the way proficient in Greeks. Yeah, make sure you guys know your option Greeks. You guys know about option Greeks? SoFi calls at 61. Yeah, Tessie insane. Yeah, I'm seeing. Yeah, exactly. If Tesla continue to work and actually push out more affordable vehicles, they should be good. Yeah, instead of creating expensive vehicles and dropping the price, a few years in. I don't know about that strategy. You're right. All right, cool. So let's get into the juice. Let's get into juice. Nike. We consolidated. We broke out. Sorry, we consolidated, broke above the moving average, consolidated again, broke out. Now we're pulling back a bit. We're going to pull back a bit more. Nike's going to come down to 61. When I was telling you shares at $55 and $54 was a steal, you thought it was a joke. We're at $63 now. My shares are up 14%. I'm happy with that. You know why? Because Nike's an established company. Nike's a long-term company. Nike's a company which is here to stay, right? Let's talk about consumer. Let's talk about footwear. Nike's up there. If you wanted to, people wanted to gas up Foot Locker last week. Cool. Foot Locker, okay, cool. It jumped like 55%, whatever it jumped. I don't care. Cool. Realistically, your numbers are not like Nike's numbers, right? Realistically, people are buying more from Nike. People are buying more directly from Nike than they are from Foot Locker when we're talking about Nike specifically. So yeah, Nike. Once it pulls back, I'm gonna be looking at those $65 calls for June, July. I'll be looking at them. I'll be looking at the recovery for August, September. I'll be looking at that. But in the meantime, let it come down a bit, let it pull back, and then once it starts breaking out again, let's swing it to the upside. Right now, the setup is not a clear setup, but it is starting to form a specific setup for us. This is the daily chart. Each candle represents 1 day of price action. Let it inverted hammer, here. Let it pull back a little bit. It's going to pull back with the rest of the market. Cool. That's okay. Once it starts uptrending again, we're going to be there to take it. We're going to be there to profit off it. So yeah, Nike, I'm looking at the $65 calls for June. I don't know how much they are right now. Let me quickly check Nike. Right, Nike is down 76 cents. That's fine. That's no big deal. June 13, $65 calls, $140, and it'll be cheaper tomorrow at open. That's the kind of thing I'm looking for. So yeah, do watch Nike. And then I want to talk about, I'm going to give you a couple more stocks to watch. Let's do it. Hims and Hers. Okay, this is a crazy stock, crazy company. First thing you see, crazy green candles on the monthly chart. I mean, the daily chart. Hims is down overnight right now, but you know what it's doing every time? Let's talk about it from here. Gap up, pull back, push up, pull back. Craziest green candle, pull back a little bit. Doji, gapped up, pushed up, pull back up again. It's going to pull back one more time or a couple more times. It's going to uptrend again. On red days, I like to buy Hims calls, right? Tomorrow's going to be a red day or it's going to open red for Hims. It might be down 2%. It might be down 3%. It might be down 4%. Cool. Let me get a May 30th call and let me get it for $70, 70, but it'll be 300. It will cost me $300 to get like a $70 call for Hims. I don't mind it though. I don't mind it. Hims back in January, February, Hims helped us turn, I think it was $170 into 1,500. It's on the Twitter. You can type in Hims in my Twitter and search it. $170. All it needed was $170 to turn it to 1,500. We can do something not similar here, but we can do something which brings us back decent returns with Hims again. It is not too difficult, right? A lot of people think it's super, super, super difficult. You don't need to overcomplicate it. Buy on those red days and sell into strength. Buy on those red days here, these red days, 1, 2 red days, 1 red day, 1 red day, and sell into strength. It is going to make you a profitable trader. If you are someone who's buying when it's up, 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 calls up here, sure, when it pulls back, you'll be down 30, 40%, you'll be annoyed. Wait for it to come down before you buy. It is going to come down tomorrow at open. That's when we buy. Okay? And let it come down. Look at the 4-hour chart, right? See? Look at the 4-hour chart. On Wednesday, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 red candles. 6 4-hour charts. Sorry, 6 4-hour candles in a row before it pushed up. If it comes down and keeps breaking below on the 4-hour chart, wait for it. Let it find its, let it base out and start forming that, forming that uptrend. And then once we see the upside potential, let's take advantage of it and get the call. Look at the hourly chart as well. Let it pull back a little bit. Let it do its thing before we get the calls. Okay. I want to talk about AMD, but I feel like every week I talk about AMD. Let me see. I have a few stocks, but I want to give you guys time as well. I know the session is not going to be that long. This is going to be an hour 10 and stuff like that. So you know what? Before I talk about my last stock, let's talk about Bitcoin very briefly. All right, Bitcoin's had himself a weekend. Really has. All right. Bitcoin, BTC. So during this live stream, obviously this past hour it's gone down. It's like it knows people are live streaming at this time. But yeah, Bitcoin, look at the bullish divergence. Wait, 4-hour chart. Okay, bullish divergence on Bitcoin. 4-hour chart so smooth over the weekend, right? We kind of ebbed and flowed for a little bit and we broke out. Pull back, broke out again. So Bitcoin is back above $105,000, right? The more it keeps consolidating, the more it breaks out, right? It's getting ready to run back up to the top. You guys remember where the top was? Back a couple months ago? Back up here, 109, 110K. We're getting ready to run there again. We're slowly getting ready to run there, right? It's a lot of fluctuating, a lot of fluctuation, but it's okay. We might be back. Chat, are we back? Who knows? Bitcoin though, when Bitcoin is doing that, it means the other altcoins, the other stable coins are going to be doing something similar. Just be aware. Sol at 168 is such a joke. Sol back at $100 last month was also hilarious, by the way. Hilarious. With great buying opportunities. I mean, I got my Sol at $127, so not exactly the cheapest, but it's okay. Yeah, just watch MSTR tomorrow. MSTR probably open nice. MSTR probably got some momentum. MSTR probably pick up some steam. In fact, MSTR, let me just put it up really briefly. A couple more minutes of me, and then it's you guys, the Discord folks, throw me your stuff. Oh yeah, MSTR is going to be back up 400 tomorrow. Be back above 400 tomorrow. All right. Nice one on Bitcoin. Well done. How can a company be a company and your balance sheet is just you holding Bitcoin? MSTR is a joke. But either way, it's making people money, it's making money. So, then that's the case. It's doing what it's supposed to do, technically. So let me talk about, should I do ExxonMobil? Should I do Meta, AMD? It's a tough one. You know what? Let's do what we traded on Friday. CRWV. CRWV, I love this one. Look at the 4 hour, 1 hour. Okay, look at the 1 hour chart. Pulls back to go higher. Consolidation, breakout. Consolidation here, breakout. Consolidate. Now steady uptrend, I'd say. But yeah, this consolidation before it broke out on the 1 hour chart. 4 hour chart is so beautiful. Shout out the gang in the Discord because this one was crazy on Friday, right? So yeah, like I said, 4 hour chart is putting back. If we can get back to 74, 75, cool. Right now, after hours, it's at 70. Overnight hours at 77.80. Let me see what CRWV is. Yeah, $77. Up 22% on Friday. Yeah. CRWV, I'm looking for calls again. I think we can go to $90 within the next couple of weeks. So I will look at calls. And this thing with CRWV, you need to go, I'd say $5-6 out of the money to get so you only have to pay a few hundred for a contract. So let's see, right now it's at $77. If you want to buy the $84 call, you're spending $450. You want to go higher, and that's if you want to buy it for May 23rd expiry this week. If you want to go higher, you're spending a little bit more than that. Sorry, if you're going with a higher, then you're spending a little bit less than that. It just depends how close to the money you want to be. If you're out the money by $5-6, then again, you're spending $400. If you're going to go $10 out of money, you might only spend $250, $280. But I think there's opportunity here, CRWV. I do think there's opportunity here, right? I'm looking at this stock and I'm thinking, okay, this is something for me. This is something I like. This is something that's going to be talking to me. I think CRWV has definitely got potential, right? Yeah. Anybody got any questions? And by the way, options Greeks are important. So again, if you're picking contracts, option Greeks are important. If you don't know about options Greeks, reach out to me on Discord or reach out to me on Twitter. There's a very easy ways to learn options Greeks, and I have a whole guide literally dedicated to the options Greeks and trading strategies, my trading strategies, long term, all that stuff. Options Greeks are very important, very, very, very important. Do not dismiss them. If you don't know what theta does, if you don't know what delta does, if you don't know what gamma is, you probably want to dive into that, right? If you want to learn about options Greeks, I could drop it in the chat. Yeah, you need to really do. You can learn about options Greek via the stock options starter pack. So let's do this now, because I know a lot of stocks I've gone through. I'm 57 minutes in already. Who wants to go first? Discord folks, let me pull up the Discord. Who wants to go first? Who wants to go first? Who wants to go first? Who's in the Discord? Oh shoot, you guys pulled up with stocks. You guys put up with hella stocks in the Discord. Okay, I like these though. These are the money makers. Yes. These are the money makers. Yeah, you guys are. Yes. Hey, Discord folks, I love this, man. That's the money makers. Yeah. All right. How are we gonna do this though? Who wants to go first? First up, I'm gonna go with Solar Limit. So I already did Snow. Okay, thank you though. But I'm gonna do Coin and Meta just for you. Solar Limit. I'm gonna go for you. Solar Limit. Solar Limit. You came through. Rara, I see you. Frankie, I see you. Yeah. I see you guys in the Discord. Just keep enjoying it. Make sure you drop a like too, you guys. All right, let's talk about it. I'm gonna start with Solar Limit. He suggested Snow, Coin, and Meta. You welcome. Okay. Um, I'm gonna go Coin. Yeah, Coin is similar to MSTR, right? Coinbase right now. So Coinbase had the news that it was going to be added to S&P 500. Then the next day they were telling. So let me show you how last week played out of Coinbase. Right, the stupid stock. Right, so gapped up overnight. Crypto was running, stocks was running. Okay, cool. Coinbase gapped up overnight. Then they said, oh yeah, Coinbase is going to be added to the S&P 500. Gapped, continued running. Next day they said like the owners of Coinbase or something, whoever was held hostage or something crazy like that or whatever. I don't know. Tanked it overnight. Next day they ran it up and like it's like a game. Oh, captured, just kidding. Oh, they're alive. Like a lot of nonsense, right? But looking forward on Coinbase, because the past is gone. Let's see what Coinbase can do. Let's see what I'm expecting from Coinbase, right? So I'm gonna start with the weekly chart, right? I might start with a monthly chart. Coinbase. Let's see what we're doing. Monthly chart is, yeah. Weekly chart's telling me more. Weekly chart, you see the crossover is about to happen. The moving average pushed all the way to the price target, and we're around the price target. The daily chart, you see now, there was a bit of consolidation for a few days in a couple of weeks. There's consolidation. We broke out, we pull back, we pushed up again. We might pull back before we break out again. But I think Coinbase can have a strong week. Again, it probably, 9% Friday probably got it a little bit overbought. But if it pulls back a little bit, it's got volume. Look at the volume. It's got volume. Um, honestly, Coinbase, I would look at calls, but the problem is the entry of the calls. I just wouldn't want to get in too early, right? I wouldn't want to get into too early. If you get a MACD up on your chart, no, they play on me. Anyway, if you get them, you know what? It's okay. This is how we're gonna do it for Coinbase. It's okay. We finesse you. All right, down slightly. That's fine. Let's look at Coinbase, right? Right. You guys can see it still, right? Let me see. Let me know if you guys can still see the Yahoo Finance on Coinbase. So this is the RSI. RSI is at 59. A little bit high, not too bad. It's going to come down a little bit, but this is what I want to see with MACD. Okay, 12, 26, 9. It's fine. We've got the crossover on the MACD. We've got the bullish crossover on the MACD. That is important. We've got the bullish crossover on the MACD. That is important. Would I take Coinbase where it is right now? Probably not. I'll wait a little bit. We've got a bullish crossover. Got bullish crossover. Sort of, it could be coming back down. That's the problem. I'm gonna wait a little bit for Coinbase. I think it has got something for us. The volume was crazy. The volume right now, last couple of days, is crazy. Let's go back. Right. Let's go back to the weekly chart. Let's zoom all the way out. And this is what you can sometimes do with stocks, right? So let's do a little bit of drawing. I might try and bring out my art now stuff. Let's see. So you got this part. Yeah. See me with the artistry. Yes. Okay. You see some more artistry, right? Let's just draw it from the line. Right here. You could even do like this. So on the bottom of these candles, scoop this up. So you see why I did that, right? And if you don't know why I did that, let me explain it to you. Recognize the pattern, how it's, I mean, some people, funny enough, there are some people that would say it's a big cup and handle. Some people would say that. I could see why. Either way, I'm just trying to highlight the trends to come down, come back up, come down, come back up, coming down, coming back up. And sure, right now it's down 2% overnight hours. I think we can see this level. Go back to daily chart now. So you get a smaller time frame perspective. I think we can see this level of $300 again very soon, very quickly, within the next couple of weeks. I'm gonna mark this level where these two candles hit their highs, the bodies, 301.47. I'm gonna mark that level. I think we wicked off here, came back down. Our bodies couldn't break above there, came back down. Inverted hammer closed just below, wicked off there. I think we can see 300 very soon. With the pullbacks, I wouldn't mind taking a Coinbase call, because again, Bitcoin back 105K. Once Bitcoin surges, we can see 109K, the all-time highs back again. We could break above that this week, go back to 120K. Sorry, go all the way up to 120K. Coinbase, MSTR, MSTX, sorry, MSTX or MSTR. We could see some nice movement, right? Just watch for Coinbase. Like I said, if you go to weekly chart on Coinbase and you look at what I've drawn, it's kind of telling you what to expect. I think we go back up, same way we did back here, same way we've done, overall on a weekly chart. Just watch Coinbase. We've got that cup and handle. I'd say we've got the cup and handle. So just watch Coinbase, okay? And what else did Solar Limit say? He said Meta. I'm gonna start whizzing through these because I realize it's already almost dinner time for some of you. Meta is going to do what the market does. I'm not a huge fan of trading Meta. I have long-term shares. I bought in at $150. I'm pretty happy with that return. I'd say Meta, it's a bit overextended. Moving average could be crossing the upside, but it's a bit overextended. Watch for it to come back down a little bit first before I touch this one. I'd like price to be close to moving averages before I take a position, just like we did here. Price closed, take a position away, let it pull back. So we'll just wait for it. Yeah, MSTR, Uzo the Sniper. I'm going to go to your stocks now. MSTR, BA, Nvidia. I've done MSTR. I'll do BA now. Boeing. Remember, guys, in the Discord, when you're suggesting stocks, let me know if you're looking for the upside, downside. Let me know what you're looking for. Don't be going telling me, oh, look at this stock, and you don't tell me if you look puts, whatever. Let me give me an idea. BA, above all the moving averages, bullish. Wait for it to pull back a little bit. I think that's the weekly chart. Daily chart, wait for it to pull back a bit. It's coming down a little bit. It will come down a bit for us. Yeah, I'd say wait for it to come down a bit, and then you can look at calls. Zoom out as well. Okay, yeah, it's got a pretty nice chart. Thanks for that. Like I said, there's a lot of different stock requests in the Discord right now, so I'm going to start trying to whiz through them a little bit more. Let me just first get my charger, my laptop. I have 4% battery. Also, YouTube folks, drop your stocks in the chat and join the Discord as well. All right, got my charger. All right, who do I see in the chat? I see Uzo the Sniper, I see Yasmin, I see Frank the Trader. Welcome back to the Discord. I see J Money, I see Solar, I see a lot of good people. I see Baba Dino. I see you. But let's get into it. All right. Charging my laptop now. Charging the laptop. Is it charging? It's not charging yet. Still not charging, right? Gosh. Come on. Hold on a sec, guys. This thing needs to charge. There we go. Once you hear that sound on Apple MacBook, you know it's charging. Okay. Okay. This stuff don't even charge properly. Hold on. One sec. We good to go again? I think we're good to go. All right. So back to the Discord, guys. What stocks have you asked me to break down? You said NVIDIA. In call. Okay, thank you, Uzo the Sniper. NVIDIA. All right. Yeah. NVIDIA. Well, as you guys know, I'm bullish on NVIDIA. Huge bullish. Made a tweet last month and I said, if you're not going to buy NVIDIA, or when else are you going to ever be able to buy NVIDIA at $76? So no, sorry, 86. AMD was 76. Well, yeah, good point. Because look, now we're at 135. Wait for NVIDIA to pull back. We got in calls for NVIDIA last week. As you guys saw, they did 145%. I don't like taking calls when one of my plays already up very crazy. So the NVIDIA calls are already up 185%. I would say wait for it to pull back to my level of support, $134. If not, and it does, if it does continue rising, that's okay. Like I said, we're already in the calls. So for me, it's a bit difficult because I know Uzo the Sniper, I know you were not already in the calls with us, but if you're not already in the calls, you will have red days, you will have days where it's, where it pulls back a little bit or consolidates. Look at the 4-hour chart. It's telling you it's coming down. It's telling you be patient with me. It's telling you wait, because I might go all the way back down to 130 flat. It's telling you I'm on my way. So don't be too eager. Don't be too ready. But I like that you're looking at calls. Just be ready. Just be ready. Yeah. I'm looking at NVIDIA Uzo Sniper. Thank you for that. Okay, who's up next? It's a long list. You guys are posting in the Discord. You're just dropping hella stocks. I like it though. NVO downside. NVO. Novo. Okay. This is puts land. Puts. Yeah. Consolidated broke down. Yeah, it looks good for puts. That's literally it. I'd say maybe look to see it go to 62, but the previous gap, and then maybe the body of the next candle, $60.70. Yeah, look for puts. You got it. You got it. Who else wants to drop a stock for me? And if you're in a YouTube live, by the way, drop stocks as well. I'll get to your stocks. I see RKLB, I see OSCR, I see IBIT, I see DG. We'll get there. Let's do DG because I know you're in the Discord as well. Come on. Yes, this is a beautiful call play. Let it pull back a little bit more. Understand that this is an opportunity, but we want to make sure that it's an opportunity we take advantage of for the right price. So 4-hour chart is strong, 4-hour chart is one that's showing us, hey, I'm back at the levels from last week. Am I going to break above those levels now? If I want to, I can draw a box around this. All I need to do, so this is April. Let's go from May. Highs over there to lows. And look at that. Highs and lows of the opening day of May. Let's see. We could break out. So what would I look for Dollar General? Well, right now, I'll wait to see how it opens tomorrow. 4-hour chart looking okay though. Hourly chart, bit of consolidation, right? On the other hand, the calls are pretty cheap. $160 for an at the money call. $120 for $1 out of the money. The calls are pretty cheap, but they can get cheaper. Let it pull back a little bit, just a little bit. You see it hold and start uptrending again. Yeah, we're good to go. I like DG. That's a great suggestion. Okay. How are we doing for time? Price action, Jackson. Thank you for suggesting that. I'm very happy to help you. How are we doing for time? Damn, we're 1 hour 10 minutes in. All right, let's see if we can get through these stocks. Really make stuff happen. What stock do I go in with next then? Hella stocks you guys dropped. Hella stocks. DG, MU, CVX. MU, I put up in the group for swings to the upside, right? We were at $81, I think, when I put it in there. Maybe $84. We're up at 1998 now. $100 is a price target. We break above 99.14, $100. MU, I'm bullish. I'm still bullish. I've been bullish. MU, I like this one. Not much more to say. We have to watch how the rest of the what you call it, the rest of the market plays out, the tech stocks, all that kind of stuff. I think we are good though. Once it pulls back a little bit, we're good to start chasing that $99 price target. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. So yeah, MU, I just wait for it. The play's gonna come to you, and you know how it goes. MU. What else stocks did you suggest? Looking at the Discord, Yasmin says she's got to go. Have fun. Enjoy your evening. MU CVX. I posted this one in Discord. Calls. But wait, it's just consolidating right now above the moving average. It's getting ready to break out. Look at the weekly chart. Oh, the weekly chart wicked off the moving average, came back down. It's okay. We try again to test it this week. CVX looks like calls. I mean, it's going to pull back for the start. But you know what you do with this one? Get yourself 2 weeks out expiry. It's holding above the moving average. They're crossing to the upside. It's preparing itself. CVX preparing itself. Right? Look, Yahoo Finance. Let me just show you. Chevron. Right? It's pulling back right now. It's okay. We're gonna be up again. Be up again. Right? It's okay. CVX is coming. Just wait for it. Bounce on the end of the moving average. Just break out. Consolidating a little bit, but it's coming. All right. Who's next? I'm gonna go with TP. TP says LUV, Southwest for calls. LUV. Let's see, are the airlines taking us higher? Yes, they are. Yes, they are indeed. So 3 weeks, we've gone from $25 to $32. It's like a good 30-40% increase. Let it come down a bit. A lot of these are overextended. Let it come down a bit. 4 hours said it's going to come down a little bit, right? It's going to come down a little bit. Once it holds, starts showing a sign of reversal, we can get in the calls for LUV. Woo! Some of these stocks are ready to fly. Fly. Woo! Keep posting those stocks in the Discord. I'll get to as many of them as I can. I'd say we run this for about 8 to 10 more minutes, guys, and then we head out. But let me just also keep it fair for the people that are on YouTube. IBIT. Let's see what this one has. Is it okay? iShares Bitcoin. Okay, so you know what it is. Similar to what MSTR did. Similar to what I said on Coinbase. Yeah, we could fly. We could rock it. Ryan says TMC. Ripperoni Coiled. TMC. The metals company. I like. It's a little bit overextended on the 4-hour chart, but I like. Like it. Yeah. That's the kind of thing I look for. That's my setup, right? Well, not complete my setup, but consolidation and break above the moving average. That's cool. I'll wait. I'll wait. I like it. It's up 10% on Friday. I'll wait though. I'll wait. I'll wait. I'll wait. To be honest, I'll wait. I like your idea though. I like your thinking. Discord folks, keep dropping those stocks. Keep telling me what stocks you want me to watch, Discord folks. Sure, we can look at AMD. I mean, AMD is going to come down. I've been saying it's a buy since $85, so I'm cool. 75, 85, I'm cool. I got my shares loaded up. I want more shares. I want to put another, maybe a 5-figure position in AMD, but I don't know yet. I would like to though, but I don't know at these levels. But I hesitated around under $100. But I said, as I said on Twitter, buy and don't stop buying. But the thing is, I don't like to dump and then just do that like a crazy guy. I like to buy and then buy again. I bought like AMD about 8 or 9 separate times in the last 6 months, but I like AMD. Yeah, I'm along on AMD calls for a couple months out. It's cool. Yeah. Oh, okay. He said FI calls. Bond said FI calls. He said it twice. In fact, he said it 3 times. Bond, what am I seeing? FI calls. Ooh, Pfizer, not pandemic Pfizer, battling Moderna, Pfizer. Daily chart is still bearish. Bon, I understand your thinking. I'll wait. I'll set my alerts for a break above, or at least set my alerts for when it touches back to these lows, 177. Where we bottomed out last time. That's what I'll set my alerts to. Let's see what happens at that level. Before that, it could still sell off more. Bon, by the way, congrats on your first 5-figure day this week in Discord. You are the first person in the month of May to get a 5-figure day. So Bon, congrats. And yeah, I mean, you know what you're doing. So congrats to you. Back to basics said United Airlines and a firm. Back to basics. Let's see what I'm looking at. This is a setup. This is a setup. This is a setup. This is a setup. 4-hour chart. Talk to me. Yep. As long as you hold above the 200 moving average and start uptrending again, yes. But back to basics. This is a setup right here. Let it come down. Let it start uptrending again. We can look for those calls to get back up to those $81 levels. Daily chart. Yeah, $83. Ooh, well done. Good looks. Good looks. Good looks. Good looks. Good looks. Thank you. Thank you very much for that one. Make sure to drop a like on the video. It's completely free. You guys know. Doing as many of these as I can. Affirm. I love Affirm as a stock. Affirm is cool. It did what I wanted it to do. Broke above my level of support. Moving averages all crossed to the upside. Broke above, was overextended, came down, still holding. I like Affirm. I'm in calls anyway, so yeah. I want to see us get back to $55, $56. Look at the weekly chart on Affirm. You see, we're squeezing to the upside. We're starting to break out the upside. 4-hour came down, but we're gonna every time we come down, we push back up. Came down, push back up. Came down, push back up. So I'm cool with Affirm. I'm cool. Any other stuff you guys want me to watch? We've been at it for 1 hour and 20 minutes right now. So yeah, make sure to drop a like. Like I said, it does go a long way. It really does. It helps. It lets me know what kind of videos people actually like. Please do drop a like. And if you're not in the Discord, by the way, make sure you join the Discord. I don't know why you wouldn't be in there right now. That's what we're going to be doing tomorrow, trading from the Discord. So you guys know that's where the alerts are. That's where the callouts are. That's where everything is. It's in the Discord. So make sure you check that one out. Anything else you guys want me to check out? Coinbase, I did Coinbase. Costco, I didn't. I touched on Target and Walmart. Costco is a great stock. Talk about longevity, right? This stock was down at 900 a few weeks ago. Crazy. Yeah, Costco is always simple for me. Go back to previous highs. Costco calls, yeah. Ain't nobody buying, $1,100 contracts though on Costco, so that's a problem with it. Costco calls though. Costco calls I like. All right, let me check the YouTube chat, see what other stocks people have suggested, and then think I'm going to call it a day. RKLB, OSCR. I'll do them too. I'm not too familiar with option Greeks. Where do I go to learn pretty quick? Shoot me a message on Instagram or Twitter. I don't really check Discord DMs. Or tag me in the chat and Discord if you're in there. Okay, I'll be simple. Wait for the red days. We'll let it pull back, then get calls. Red days, calls. Red days, calls. And keep doing the same pattern. Wiki chart, very nice right now. 4-hour chart, pulling back, just like a lot of these stocks. It's great. OSCR, this is one that some Joe G in the Discord got calls on. I'll wait for the red days. Look, nice 4-hour charts pulling back now. It was up 6% Friday. Yeah, OSCR. Look, we zoom out on this one. We can go up high. OSCR, Oscar Health. Yeah, we can go up back to 18 to start off with. And then if you want to get actually high, 23, 24. I like this one. So shout out to Joe. Shout out to Joe for putting that in the Discord. I think this is a great one. So yeah, that's mainly it, guys. I don't know if there's any other stocks you guys want me to watch. I don't know if there's any other expectations for the video. Definitely drop a like. I much appreciate it. Take us to 25, 30 likes. It would be much appreciated. Like I said, if you're not in the Discord, you want to know more about it, check out the link in the chat right there. I can pin it as well. I do think most of you are in the Discord. I don't know. Either way, I need to get some dinner. I need to start, plotting what I'm watching, regarding news and articles. And then I think we take it from there. So, like I said, thank you guys so much for watching. The last hour and a half has been very eventful. Shout out to all of you folks in the Discord. We ran it up. We're going to run it up again. And then you guys know what the deal is. We make our money. We make our money in trading options. We buy those long-term shares. Peace and love. All of you guys are amazing. Let me know in the comment section or on Twitter if you want me to do more stuff like this, even during the week. I'll be down to do it. But yeah, appreciate you guys big time. Love to all of you guys who showed up. And yeah, I'll see you in the charts. See you in the Discord. Peace. Did you guys enjoy it? Yeah? Like, what's up? Shout out Will. I see you in the chat. In the Discord, I see you. Shout out everyone who came through from the Discord as well. I see you. Don't think I didn't see you.